Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio. Learn about fix and flip loans, BRRRR financing, rental, fix to rent, commercial, multifamily bridge loans, business loans, and so much more. And now, your host, Beau Eckstein.
Hi, this is Beau Eckstein with the Investor Financing Podcast, and thank you for listening to another episode here. If this is your first time listening, thanks for tuning in. The mission of Investor Financing Podcast is to just break down different loan products and to talk about different strategies and different lending options that are available for you. And we also interview real estate investors and figure out how they're buying and doing creative financing. So we really the focus of this podcast is the financing side, and we also talk to investors. So I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. A little bit background about myself. I've been in real estate for 20 years, started in residential lending, and about 12 or 13 years ago got into bridge lending and construction lending. And now I've evolved into doing more commercial lending, and recently associated myself as a business development manager with Bedford Lending, which is a MAP and lien approved HUD lender, direct lender for HUD. They've been doing it for 30 years. I'm using my resources and my contacts and their experience to create opportunities for my existing clients that are multifamily owners, operators, developers. And now I'm, introducing my borrowers to the HUD programs because a lot of them don't know the key benefits of these programs, and they're amazing, truly amazing programs. It's not a perfect fit for every scenario, but there's a lot of opportunity, I believe, to kind of let my community know what's available to them. And let me kind of dive in. We're going to do a lot of different sessions on this because there's a lot of different programs. But what I'm going to do is just do a real quick kind of high-level overview of key benefits. Key benefits on the multifamily ground up is they'll do ground up construction. And you can get as high as 90% leverage on ground up construction. And this product has a 40-year amortized loan, which is also non-recourse. So the other advantage is, the 40-year amortization period doesn't start until the construction is complete. Okay, so that's just another huge advantage. And you don't have to do a double close. You don't have to get a construction loan and go into a perm loan. On the refinance products, there are 35-year loans, also non-recourse. This provides for refinances and acquisitions up to 80% on refinances, cash out, 80% cash out on refis, up to. These loans are not just for affordable housing. It could be market rate projects as well. You can blend tax credits with HUD loans, which increases leverage, and you can leverage as high as 100%. Our leadership team has tons of experience working with all the bond agencies and municipalities. And so that's just another huge advantage of why I affiliated with Bedford. Loans are also assumable, which is huge, right? So in our current rate environment, right, rates are historically low. So let's say 10 years from now, you decide to sell the building, the apartment, and rates are now 3 or 4% higher. Okay, that's going to be a huge selling advantage, which can get you a higher price when you go to sell down the road, if you decide to sell. The amortization period is longer, obviously, which means more cash flow in your pocket each month. There's no minimum FICO, net worth, liquidity requirements, no prior HUD experience required. Interest rates are based off of the 10-year treasury. HUD loans are assumable. We already talked about that. The other thing there's an advantage is that leverage is not very depending on market. So that, like agency debt right now, right, they're kind of more critical on tertiary markets. On construction, you can also use land equity with HUD financing to achieve 100% financing. So
You're listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. We'll be right back after this break. Are you looking for funding? Are you getting frustrated trying to find a lender? Visit investorfinancingpodcast.com and click the Get Funding button. Complete the simple form and schedule a free phone consultation with one of our placement specialists. We have a proprietary directory of funding partners that can help you get the funding you need. It's fast and easy to explore the options available for your specific needs. Don't wait. Visit investorfinancingpodcast.com and get connected.
There's a lot of different options, and today is just kind of a quick overview, but we're going to dive deep. I'm going to bring on some of the principles of the company, kind of dive deep into each loan program so you can get a better idea on how these underwrite and operate. So we can educate you on these programs in further episodes. The other nice thing about our team is that the HUD process on refinances is anywhere from 90 to 120 days typically, and then construction can be 5 to 7 months to get the loan, from start to finish. There's ways to streamline for sure, but what I like especially about Bedford and why I decided to join the team is that they've been doing it for over 30 years. The principals are sharp. They're in the office. They answer their phone. They're responsive. And additionally, they can get back to you with a quick response. We just need a few things, and it can even be, a brief conversation. And we can say, yeah, this looks like a deal that would fit the bucket. Or we say it doesn't, give you a fast response. And if we say, yes, this looks like it would fit the bucket, then what happens is we work with you. We put together a report. Typically, it's around 20 pages. And then we schedule what we call a concept meeting with HUD. And we jump on the conference call. You're included. And we walk them through the project. If they deem it sounds like a viable project, then the full underwrite and due diligence starts from there. What I want to point out is that there's some lenders out there that charge like a lot of money for these concept meetings. Okay, there's no charge. We don't charge you anything up front. So we don't get paid unless we close the loan. Okay, so we're not going to waste your time or our time. And that's just another huge advantage, and why the experience is key. And these, a lot of people believe that these loans are only for below market and don't know all the benefits. So series going forward is I'm going to dive deep into all the benefits of these programs. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this short episode on HUD apartment financing, and we'll continue to break this down so we can all learn together and get your projects funded. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. For show notes and useful resources, please visit investorfinancingpodcast.com. For questions or comments, email info@investorfinancingpodcast.com. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your network. Until next time.